When we were younger, every evening after dinner, my sister and I would half sit, half lie next to my mother on the sofa as she would read to us. We kept this ritual until I was 10, and by the end we had moved on to books that took far more than one evening to read through. There was one book we were particularly fond of. We kept count on the book's last page, adding a little shaky pencil line each time we convinced my mother to read it to us again. One evening, it must have been autumn, as it was dark outside, but there was no thought of Christmas decoration yet, my mother asked us what book we wanted to hear next. We discussed for a while, failing to agree on this book or that, until my sister's face lit up. "What about Poor, Poor Millionaire?" And I got up excitedly to fetch the book while my mother sighed. "Are you sure you want to hear that again?" As an answer, I thrust the worn-out but colourful book into her hand. We knew the first page by heart, so instead of my mother reading to us, we would tell her the beginning. Slowly we remembered less and less until my mother could read to us without being interrupted. That, of course, is not entirely true. Not only would my sister and I freely share our thoughts, which we had surely already expressed the first time my mother read the book to us, but my father also enjoyed giving his rather satirical comments on the book's story. Sometimes my mother would have to stop reading for a full 10 minutes so that my sister and I could explain to my father very vehemently why the protagonists did indeed have to spy on the millionaire's evil sister and her spoiled children. My father, though probably knowing the story by heart as well at this point, only listened to his favorite passages and liked to tease us with remarks often entirely out of context. My mother sometimes got a little impatient, but in the end, I think she found our discussions rather entertaining. I think it took us about 2 weeks to finish the book. As my mother turned the last page, my sister already bent over the book with a pencil in her hand. Watching her eyes grow wide, I leaned closer as well, just in time to see my sister adding the 15th line to our count.